Okay, so for those of you back home who are wondering what life is like on my Sierra Club outing, this is where we've been staying for the better part of a week. This is Nankoweap Creek area. And it's an absolutely beautiful place. And right here is what I've been calling home sweet home for the past several days. My tent. Most of the conveniences of home: pillow, sleeping bag, water, eating utensils, clothes, backpack, hiking boots. Here's some of the members of my Sierra Club group. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. All right. Here's how I survive with water supply right here. One of our fearless leaders, Mike. Say hi.
Hi, everyone. Good for you, Tim.
Take a little walk down to the creek so you can see some more of the sights here. So this is where we get all of our water for drinking, cooking, bathing, cooling off. It's just a little babbling brook, basically, but it's just enough to sustain us. And I got a little spot up here I use to collect water. I've got another spot downstream that I use to do laundry in. And I'll show you where I collect my water. A little tiny waterfall that I can just get my filter bottle under. Coming up on it right now. You can see a breathtaking view here, getting close to sunset. Late afternoon, early evening here. It's about almost 5:30, I think, or 5 or 5:30. I'm not sure which. So here's where I collect my water for my water filter, and beautiful butte that we're along here. The most interesting colored strata you can imagine. The lowest of which is kind of this strange minty green color. Comes right down to the creek. I should refer to my fellow campmate George. He seems to know a lot about the geology of the Grand Canyon. He's been telling us all about it, and it's pretty fascinating stuff. So anyway, we'll take a walk down the creek. You can see I believe that's, well, now I'm not sure what the name of that butte is. I know Nankoweap Butte, I think, is over to the right here somewhere, probably beyond what you can see, but there's also a pretty impressive butte right in front of us here, some cottonwood trees. Anyway, we'll follow the creek. Oh, and in case you're wondering about, hey, what do you do when you have to go use the restroom? Well, we got some very luxury bathroom facilities out yonder. Basically, you bring your toilet paper, you bring a plastic bag to collect your dirty toilet paper, and you bring a shovel, and you dig a hole, and you do what you got to do, and you cover it up. So this whole area, about 200 feet or more beyond the creek bed here, to keep the water supply sanitary, is our bathroom. You could say nature is our bathroom. So continue on down the creek a little bit. Somebody cooling a water bottle, which is a very good thing here because we don't have ice, so we use whatever we can to cool things off. And walk a little further down. Now, pretty shortly here, we're going to come up on the Piste de Resistance. This is very impressive construction by two of my Sierra Club campmates here, Tom and Kathleen, who have put together a quite impressive little spa. It's amazing what you can do with a little stream and some rocks. It makes a nice little pool, which you can bathe in, or cool off in, or whatever you like. Have some cocktails. Of course, all we have for cocktails here is a little metal canteen of Jim Beam, which we nip at once in a while. But anyway, that's the spa. And a little further down, is some more stuff to see. I'll give you a little survey of what the surroundings look like as we're walking down the creek, because I realize that the creek is probably not the most interesting thing in the world. Okay. In this area I have been using as my laundry room. I have a nice little waterfall downstream here that I can use to wash my dirty clothes. And by wash I mean basically just rinse and wring out. Can't use any soap. So clean is a relative term here. And then I can dry my clothes on the branches of this cottonwood tree, which I've been using quite liberally lately. Makes a nice drying rack. And we came in from over top of this this flat area. You see, kind of in the foreground beyond the cottonwood tree, at a slightly higher elevation than us. And we hiked. See if I can get to a better vantage point here. We hiked in somewhere behind that butte. Actually, behind the smaller butte, I believe. And then around the rim of all of this right here. And then somewhere beyond that reddish butte, we dropped down and kind of zigzagged our way down. And there's a creek bed at the bottom of this, and then it comes back up again, and then there's this flat area here, and that's where we hiked in over. It was a very long hike, supposedly 11 miles, but it felt more like 20. Very grueling and in many places very treacherous, walking on what's called scree, little tiny marble-like pebbles, and in many places the scree was on a 30-degree angle narrow little ledge sloping out toward the drop off. So you had to be really careful with your footing, or else you could actually slide off of a cliff. So it was a little fun walking in here, but I made it, and I'm having a great time. Tomorrow we actually head on back out. So I'm going to stumble around on some more rocks here, and I'm going to wrap this up by just walking back through the campsites, so you can just see how everybody's living. And it turns out to be a pretty nice place to camp. Pretty much everything you need. Not a lot of luxury items, but so here's some of the campsites. And that concludes our tour.